My name is David Pettigrew. I'm a 46-year-old Army veteran. I got out in 2004, subsequent to an injury. I lost my leg in Iraq in 2003. An armor-penetrating RPG blew up outside my vehicle and sent a penetrator, a really big bullet, went through my leg. It hit my femur, it shattered the bone, and the bone shredded the leg. My initial amputation was at the field hospital in Iraq. And about 3 months later, the doctors had decided that they couldn't save what was left of my bone, of my femur, of my leg, and had to remove all of that. And so they revised the amputation up to a hip disarticulation, which means that I don't have any of the femur at all. My pelvis is fully intact, but I don't have any leg at all on my right side. And this is a weird place to be for a 26-year-old infantryman who can't walk anymore. My entire life changed in so many ways that I didn't even understand back then how different everything was. I knew I didn't have a leg and I knew I wasn't going to be able to walk. And even on some level, I understood how complicated it would be to have even a prosthetic for me. But at the same time, I don't think I really understood how difficult learning to accept who I was, what normal was for me, was going to be. And that became a very, very, very long process. Like I said, this was in 2003 was my injury, 2004 was my separation from the Army. And it wasn't until 2020, I think, that I actually started to realize that it was okay for me to continue to try to live my life, whatever that meant, whatever that was, to accept that this is just who I am now. This is what life is for me, and figure out how to engage with that as fully and as completely as I could. And that process was that decision to go ahead and just let's see what's out there. Let's see what I can still do. It doesn't matter what I used to be able to do. It doesn't matter what I think I used to could do. It matters what can I try, what can I do now. And it was through recreation therapy at the VA, partnered with Adaptive Adventures, was one of my very first adaptive athletic experiences. I started climbing in February of 2023 or 2022, and from the very first time I tied into a harness and got on a wall, I knew that this was the best thing that I had ever done. At that point, it had been 19 years since my injury, and for 19 years, every single step that I had taken involved crutches or a wheelchair or a walker or some device. Something else was required for me to move from point A to point B. And it wasn't until 3 or 4 months into the climbing adventure that I finally put together that what was so special for me about climbing was the fact that I could move, that just me. I didn't need any of my devices. I didn't need my crutches. I didn't need my wheelchair. I didn't need any of my things. And it was just me, and I could just go up. I could just move freely in a way that I didn't even remember what that was like.